Lu Ping traveled through the turbulent times of the Three Kingdoms and became a declining Han family member. Coincidentally, Dong Zhuo entered the capital and the Chang people were besieging the city. At a critical moment, Lu Ping directly linked to the Supreme Overlord system, automatically earning 1 point in 1 second. The points can be exchanged for population, food, military equipment, and branches. 3 days later, congratulations to the Lord for taking Jincheng County. 1 month later, lead the herdsmen of Yongliang and Liangzhou. After 3 months, execute Dong Zhuo. 1 year later, half of the world will be in my hands. 3 years later, Your Majesty, you should go to court early. Lu Ping turned to look at the beautiful women of the harem and said, Is it Jiao Chan's attendant tonight? Or are we together, Big and Small Joe? Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Opening of the Heavenly Collapse. My system can boost soldiers. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. In April of the 6th year of Zhongping, Yongzhou, Jincheng County, within the territory of Linqiang County. Wolf smoke rises everywhere. The screams of killing and screams of agony were incessant in our ears. At this moment, the Chang people have already attacked the inner city, burning, killing, looting, leave no living creatures behind, the man killed on the spot, take all the women away. These barbarians come quickly, go too fast. After looting the city completely, he set off, leaving only blood donation and corpses in a dilapidated courtyard in the southwest corner of the county town. The thatched cottage has turned into ashes. Under the waste soil in the corner, one arm suddenly lifted up. Next, a person struggled to climb out of the ruins, lying on the ground, gasping for breath. Meanwhile, accompanied by a sharp pain, countless memory fragments flooded into Lu Ping's mind. In the turbulent times of the Three Kingdoms, descendants of the Han family. He actually crossed over to the descendant of the Han Emperor's relatives with the same name and surname who had just been crushed to death by the earthen wall. After Lu Ping's physical strength gradually recovered, he slowly got up. Find the well in the yard. I poured a few drops of well water. I cleaned the dirt on my body again. Looking at the youthful appearance of 16 or 17 years old reflected in the water, Lu Ping slowly calmed down. I didn't expect the beginning of the journey. I encountered the Chang people slaughtering the city. If this were a few minutes earlier, didn't he have his head chopped off by the Chang people on the spot? The beginning of the avalanche, what a joke. Dong Zhuo has just led his army into Beijing. Yongzhou's Ma Tang and Han Sui were busy competing for territory again. The Chang people have no constraints, nature runs rampant without fear. And the Pandora's box in the turbulent times of the Three Kingdoms is also about to open. In such a chaotic world, the identity of descendants of the Han Emperor, it's just an identity, there is no gold content to speak of. Just a month ago, their original parents also died in the Chang people's rebellion, and now, the entire Linqiang County, those who are still alive, I'm afraid only Lu Ping is left. The most important thing at present is to survive first before having a future. Who knows those damn Chang people, when will we kill again? Lu Ping was digesting the memories in his mind. I searched for a relatively safe place and hid. Confused until night, the howling of wolves and the barking of dogs, Lu Ping was instantly awakened. At this moment, night falls, the wolf pack and wild dogs are already gnawing on the corpses on the battlefield, although Lu Ping was also hungry in his stomach, but now it's important to save your life. He immediately clenched the half-spear he had picked up, staring intently at the corner of the mouth dripping blood in the darkness ahead, the jackal grinning at him, those green eyes, appearing even more heart-wrenching in the darkness. After a few minutes of confrontation between the two sides, Lu Ping is well aware that over time, once other hungry wolves are recruited, my own situation will only be more dangerous. To break the game, only with courage. He took a deep breath, gritted his teeth. Suddenly holding a spear, he took a sudden step forward and shouted loudly. Kill! Jackal and wolf seemed to have never expected that Lu Ping would dare to take the initiative to attack. After being intimidated, immediately turned around and ran away, but the jackal did not go far, still hovering not far away. Ha! Lu Ping exhaled a mouthful of turbid air, straightened my waist, standing in the yard holding a half spear. Ding! Detected a hint of dominance from the host, activating the Supreme Overlord system. The Supreme Overlord system is starting to load, system loading. The system loading has been completed, kind reminder, is the host currently bound to the system. The sound of prompts ringing in my mind is clear and friendly, bind now. Lu Ping's eyes narrowed, my heart suddenly accelerates, he didn't hesitate at all, immediately choose to bind the system. Just kidding, this is a necessary benefit for travelers, without a system, in this chaotic world of fierce people, the three kingdoms, how can we survive? Ding! Congratulations on successfully binding the host. Now activate the Supreme Overlord system for the host. A virtual control panel appeared in front of Lu Ping's Supreme Overlord system. Host. Lu Ping permission. 1 star points. 10, automatically earn 1 point per second, level. Civilian territory. None general. 0 advisor. 0 army. 0, system prompt. The host can automatically earn 1 point every 1 second, and 1 point can be exchanged for 1 soldier. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 2. As long as you live, you can unify the three kingdoms. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hiss. Lu Ping couldn't help but tremble in his heart. Immediately, there was a burst of ecstasy, my heartbeat is almost bursting, 1 soldier rises in 1 second, 24 hours a day you can exchange it for 86,400 soldiers in a turbulent era like the Three Kingdoms, seeking survival, soldiers are absolute combat power, as long as there are enough soldiers, then we can form an invincible war machine. That is to say Lu Ping, as long as he lives well now, it won't be long before we can sweep the world and dominate the three kingdoms. At a time when Lu Ping was inexplicably excited, the system prompt sounds again. Ding! Does the host open the system mall now? Open. Lu Ping looked at the digital panel in front of him, switched to the page of the system mall. 1 star mall. Ordinary soldier. 1 point. First level soldier. 5 points. Second level soldier. 10 points. Continuing to flip through, Lu Ping discovered items in the system mall, too many to be dazzling and overwhelming points can not only be exchanged for soldiers, but also for provisions, weapons, and various military supplies. I can even exchange spicy noodles, baijiu, instant noodles and ham sausage. This system mall is simply a supermarket with everything. Lu Ping casually clicked on the grain and grass column of the shopping mall. A page immediately popped up below displaying. 1 point can be exchanged for 2 pounds of refined grains. 1 point can be exchanged for 1 pound of pork. Since ancient times, food is the paramount necessity of the people. To win the battle, what is being pieced together is food and forage. Nowadays, we are in an era of chaos and chaos. The lower class of the people are not to mention having enough to eat. There's no need to eat at all, there are countless starving victims. Lu Ping only needs 1 day now, you can successfully exchange 160,000 kilograms of refined grains. In this way, I'm not afraid of exchanging soldiers, and there is no sufficient food supply. When there are soldiers and food, conquer a few more Three Kingdoms strategists and famous generals, then you can start your career of conquering cities and territories directly. And in the bottom left corner of the system panel, a green number keeps jumping. 13. 14, 15. This is a rapidly growing point. The most important thing at present is, fill your stomach first. After 10 minutes, Lu Ping's mind twitched, spend 10 points to exchange for a bucket of instant noodles, 2 ham sausages, and 1 chicken leg. Looking at the food that actually appeared in front of me, Lu Ping immediately laughed. He immediately ignited a fire and boiled water. Soon, the aroma of instant noodles permeated. With just 2 ham sausages and big chicken legs, Lu Ping sat in the corner by the firelight. I started to feast on it. After filling the stomach, Lu Ping noticed that the distant jackal had not yet left, and there are also a few more. This won't work. I accidentally fell asleep halfway through the night. Wouldn't it be like I'm going to bury these animals' mouths? Lu Ping thought of this, immediately clicked on the system mall. After browsing for a while, an instruction was issued to the system. Exchange for 10 first-level soldiers. Ding. Consume 50 points, exchange for 10 first-level soldiers, remaining points. 3540, ding. The soldiers exchanged are unconditionally obedient to the host and absolutely loyal. As soon as the system beeps, next second, on an open space not far from the fire, 10 young adults dressed in coarse linen clothes suddenly appeared. See Lord. 10 people knelt together to bow to Lu Ping. Lu Ping took a deep breath and nodded slightly. These people, although physically strong and muscular, but he is not yet a true warrior, we still need to make some equipment. Lu Ping immediately appeared in the military equipment column of the mall. We have started selecting equipment and weapons for the deceased. Helmet. 10 points, armor. 10 points, Xiuyang blade. 10 points, long halberd. 10 points, crossbow arrow. 10 points, warhorse. 50 points, exchange for 11 warhorses, 10 sets of armor, 10 helmets, 10 Xiuyang swords, 10 long halberds, and 10 sets of crossbows and arrows. Ding. The system has completed all redemption tasks, with 2,749 remaining points. Meanwhile, a bright light flashed by, the warhorses hissed, 10 deceased soldiers are fully armed, holding a Xiuyang sword and a long halberd, with a murderous aura and fierce eyes. The wolves in the distance saw this, immediately ran away with his tail between his legs. Ding. Congratulations to the host for completing the first redemption in the system mall. Main mission released. Capture Jincheng County in 3 days and obtain a mysterious system gift package. 3 days. That should be enough. With soldiers in hand, Lu Ping, who has no worries about food and drink, on this starry night after the war, on the road towards the future hegemony, unconsciously, the first step has been taken. 10 dead soldiers quickly built a simple thatched cottage for Lu Ping, for his rest. Master, please rest your heart. We will watch the night for you. Under Lu Ping's arrangement, 10 dead warriors, 4 people holding long halberds stand 3 meters away, 6 people were crouching inside the low walls of the courtyard, holding crossbows and arrows, another person was guarding beside Lu Ping. Finally, you can have a peaceful sleep. Lu Ping, who had been tinkering all day, fell asleep. For him, sleeping is important, it's another kind of struggle. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 3. The evil comes from ancient times, Dian Wei. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the morning, Lu Ping woke up from a burst of shouting and killing. He suddenly flipped over and sat up, holding the Xiuyang knife that had been held in my arms all along, nervously looking around. I thought the Chang people had killed me again. Master. The deceased on the side saw this, immediately retreated to Lu Ping's side. Stare outside, be well prepared. What happened? Did the Chang people come to sweep the city again? Lu Ping has already stood up at this moment, a solemn expression on his face. Returning to my lord, I don't know where a reckless man came from just now. He's so brave. He snatched what he saw and started fighting against our people. The words of the dead, let Lu Ping's heart tremble. Are there any other living people in Linxiang County besides him? Surprisingly, I have fought back and forth with the first-level soldiers I can exchange for. Let's go, follow me over and take a look. Lord, that person's manpower is incredibly powerful. Be careful, don't be careless. It's okay. Lu Ping lifted his foot and walked out of the thatched cottage. the dead soldier followed closely behind. The two of them could see dust flying ahead from a distance, the figure flipped, the roar was deafening. As we approach, Lu Ping saw a person who was over 8 feet tall, holding a grinding wheel high with both hands, a rampaging and imposing man. Just one blow shook all 9 soldiers away. Kill! The strong man let out a loud roar. The earth is shaking and the mountains are shaking. His arms are as thick as a man's waist, being able to easily lift a grinding disc weighing up to 500 pounds. Naturally, physical strength surpasses others. As the millstone approached the 9 soldiers who were about to fall to the ground, Lu Ping saw the situation, hurriedly speaking up to stop the way. "Brave warrior, wait a moment." The strong man heard the sound, then he looked up at Lu Ping, his angry eyes wide open. "Why do you mind someone's business?" "Master." The 9 people took the opportunity and immediately retreated to Lu Ping's side, guarding around him. "Brave warrior, don't panic, listen to me. This person is born with divine power, brave and invincible, definitely not an unknown person. If it can be collected for personal use, on Lu Ping's path to hegemony, there will be endless benefits. Be careful, my lord. This person cannot be defeated by anyone alone. The dead are worried about Lu Ping's safety, speak out as a reminder." Lu Ping waved his hand. "It's okay to signal," directly threw away the spear in his hand, step forward and say, "Why do warriors have to work hard just to eat a bite? Besides, I have plenty of food here." Boom. The strong man raised his hand and threw the grinding wheel aside, licking his cracked lips. He said with a hopeful expression on his face, "Are you serious when you say your esophagus is full?" As sure as fate, Lu Ping's mind twitched. Immediately consume points. I exchanged a bunch of bread, instant noodles, and ham sausages. When a strong man sees the food, he can't care about that much anymore. Rush over and grab some, turn around and run. Follow up and take a look. Lu Ping followed up with 10 dead soldiers. Not long after, I saw the strong man dart into a low shack. After approaching and confirming that there is no danger, Lu Ping bent down and entered the shack. I saw the strong man stuffing the bread he had just received into the frail old woman curled up on a piece of animal skin, who was already starving. "Mom! Take a bite quickly. My son got food." The strong man lifted the frail old woman up, feed a piece of bread into her mouth. "Mom! I'm not hungry, let's eat." The old woman's voice was incredibly weak, just shook his head with difficulty. "I didn't eat it." "Mom, hurry up and eat. My son is already full." The strong man knelt on the ground and begged the old woman to eat quickly. "Hurry up and find some clean water." Lu Ping turned his head and gave an order. The deceased immediately clenched their fists and left. "Auntie, we still have a lot to eat, don't worry." Lu Ping immediately took out another cloth bag, poured all the bread and instant noodles inside onto the ground. The old woman saw this, and her cloudy eyes suddenly showed a hint of brightness. At the request of the strong man, she finally started eating. In a few minutes, after the old woman ate a loaf of bread, I drank some more water. My strength has also recovered quite a bit. She trembled and pulled the strong man to kneel on the ground. "Thank you very much, young master, for saving your life. Elderly people, please get up quickly, don't be like this." Lu Ping quickly helped the two of them up. Upon closer examination, it was discovered that their mother and son had fled from Chenlu all the way to this place. I didn't expect to catch up with the Chang people's rebellion. If it weren't for the bravery and invincibility of strong men, killed him with his mother. I'm afraid I died long ago in the chaos of the army. After settling down with my mother, the strong man then said with a face full of embarrassment, "Young master, I have a big appetite. Do you still have this food to eat? Enough of it." Lu Ping immediately exchanged another pile of food for it. The strong man no longer showed courtesy upon seeing the situation. Sitting cross-legged on the ground, he wolfed down his food. I ate 20 barrels of instant noodles alone. The packaging bags of bread on the side have piled up into a small hill. After a while, the strong man was burping heavily. Satisfied, he patted his belly and looked at Lu Ping, humming. Young master, can I have a full meal in the future? Of course. Lu Ping glanced at the 46,751 points in the bottom left corner of the system mall. I immediately made a promise. Sharon Dianwei. May I swear to follow the Lord to the death? The strong man knelt down on one knee, declared himself at home, and bowed to Lu Ping with an arched hand. Oh! Dianwei. The evil of ancient times has come. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 4. This world. I, Lu Ping, will take it. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This meal is really worth it. 1 LV, 2 Zhao, and 3 Dianwei, this is enough to demonstrate Dianwei's bravery. Evil come, please rise up quickly. Lu Ping's eyebrows and eyes smiled, looking at Dianwei's body, which seemed like a small mountain and the chilling aura all over. He was extremely excited in his heart. The name of Dianwei, put it in the world where I used to be, who doesn't know? Who doesn't know? This is the top general around Boss Chow, double halberd weighing 80 pounds, extremely powerful, known by his wife Chao Guan as the evil of ancient times. You can see its bravery. Lu Ping didn't expect that. Surprisingly, he intercepted Chao, the wife of a barbarian. First, bring Dianwei under your command and serve him. Ding! Congratulations to the host for subduing the fierce General Dianwei. Trigger the system reward condition. Now reward the host with 50 by 50 storage space. 1 complete set of equipment for the fierce general. 1 sweat BMW. 5,000 kilograms of food and forage. 500 pieces of military supplies. The system's prompt sound has just landed. Dianwei's entire body was covered in armor, with 2 iron halberds on his back and a long sword hanging from his waist, mighty and majestic, with a ferocious aura soaring to the sky. Thank you very much, Lord. Dianwei held 2 iron halberds in his hand. I waved it vigorously a few times. I am very satisfied with this. And Lu Ping saw that in the storage space, it is already piled up with provisions and military equipment. A black tall horse also appeared closely in front of everyone. Its hooves soar into the air, raising its head and hissing mighty and extraordinary. It was difficult for everyone to approach for a moment. Evil, could you possibly subdue this horse? Lu Ping looked at Dianwei on the side. Please take a look, my lord. Dianwei grinned. His arms were inserted behind his back. With one swift step, he leaped forward and mounted his horse. With a forceful squeeze on both legs, the sweaty BMW rushed out. The 10 martyrs were filled with excitement upon seeing it, and they all congratulated and said, "Congratulations to the Lord for winning this fierce general." Soon, Dianwei then subdued BMW. He flipped over, kneeling tunnel. "Please mount your horse, Lord." Lu Ping shook his head and said, "Evil, a good horse paired with a fierce general. This horse is now yours." Horses are the most important means of transportation in this era. Besides, it's a hard-earned BMW. Dianwei was immediately moved. "Your Majesty's grace, I will swear to die." Lu Ping is now looking at the main panel of the system again. The original initial page has changed. Host. Lu Ping permission. 1 star points. 49382, growing. Level. Civilian territory. Currently unavailable general. 1 person, Dianwei. Samsung. Advisor. 0 army. 10 first-level soldiers. Now suddenly there will be, just the soldiers are missing. The current points are nearly 50,000, you can exchange for 5,000 level 1 soldiers first, hand it over to Commander Dianwei for training. 3 days later, capture Jinling County occupied by the Chang people. Do whatever you say. Lu Ping immediately issued a command to the system. Exchange for 5,000 first-level soldiers. Ding. The host consumes 5,000 points and redeems them for 5,000 first-level soldiers. The remaining points are 44382. As the system's sound falls, the next moment, a vast expanse of open space ahead raised a sky full of dust. 5,000 strong men dressed in coarse linen clothes suddenly appeared. "See Lord." 5,000 people bowed to Lu Ping in unison. The scene is spectacular. The equipment, weapons, and horses of soldiers are naturally essential, but currently, the points are not enough. We can only exchange some provisions first. Wait for the points to accumulate for another 2 days. You can exchange it for all the equipment needed for an invincible army. Use the remaining points to exchange for 5,000 people essential grains for 2 days. Ding. Currently, 44,390 points can be exchanged for 88,780 pounds of refined grains. The system has completed the redemption for you. Please check your account now. Boom. After a light noise, a pile of high-quality grain has appeared on the ground. Lu Ping smiled slightly, withdrew his gaze, and looked at Dian Wei. "Dian Wei, there are 5,000 soldiers here, and you will be commanding from today on. First, store the grain and train them well. In 2 days, we will capture Jincheng County. I will take orders." Dian Wei immediately took the command. First, leave a small team of people and horses to transport the grain. 10 dead soldiers accompanied Lu Ping around, responsible for his safety. The rest are grouped in teams of 50 people, divide into teams of 100 people, start intensifying training. "Lord, I have already coordinated these 5,000 soldiers and will train them into an invincible iron army according to Lord's orders." After Dian Wei clenched his fists and begged for orders, glancing at the old mother again, she hesitated to speak. Lu Ping naturally understood his meaning. "Don't worry, your mother. I will make people live well. I will serve you." Dian Wei kowtowed to the Lord for his great kindness. Dian Wei, who has no worries, it's like getting chicken blood. Training soldiers is even more deadly. After arranging everything, Lu Ping carried his hands on his back and gazed faintly at the distant mountains. Now he holds 5,000 soldiers in his hands, and this is an unknown army. It would be even more of a surprise soldier. Is that how it started? Lu Ping looked at the constantly increasing points. My heart suddenly calmed down and I whispered. "Tianxia, I, Lu Ping, have arrived. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 5. The Great Army approaches Jincheng County. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. 2 days later, within Linxian County. Lord. 5,000 soldiers have been prepared. Dian Wei was dressed in military attire, special request. 2 days. These 5,000 elite soldiers are already full of killing intent, like a sharp blade about to emerge from its sheath. Lu Ping glanced at the system integral 172841. Exchange for 5,000 sets of military equipment armor, 3,000 Shiliang swords, 2,000 sets of crossbows and arrows, 2,000 long halberds, and 1,000 warhorses. The system is now providing redemption services for the host. Ding. All redemption tasks have been completed, consuming 170,000 points and remaining 28,461 points. Almost at the moment when the system's prompt sound is played, countless bright lights cast on the ground, dust is flying high, the warhorses hissed, 5,000 elite soldiers are immediately fully armed, 1,000 cavalry, 2,000 crossbowmen, 2,000 infantry. A strong army and a strong general, with a stern gaze, the cold light of armor shines straight into the sky. In the next 2 days, Lu Ping naturally never idle, he arranged a team of scouts, go to Jincheng County to inquire about the news. Just as the news of the scout came back, there are no less than 10,000 Chang people in Jincheng County. They are currently stationed in the city, seizing countless treasures, rape and plunder, committing all kinds of evil. The wealthy gentry clans who had not had a chance to escape from the city have been basically slaughtered. The Chang people are now immersed in their post-war dreams. As long as something unexpected happens, attack them unprepared, definitely able to conquer Jincheng County in one fell swoop. Lord! This place is less than half a day's journey from Jincheng County, and you can reach the siege before dark. Dian Wei took a step forward, kneeling to the ground, shouting loudly. The last general will not live up to his fate and will definitely be able to take Jincheng County in one fell swoop. Please give the order, Lord. Please give orders, Lord. 5,000 elite soldiers followed in unison and shouted loudly. To seize the world, let's start from here. Lu Ping's gaze swept over everyone, and he already had a plan in his heart. He immediately waved his hand. Depart Jincheng County. Let's go. Dian Wei flipped over and mounted his horse. With a single command, 5,000 elite soldiers rushed towards Jincheng County. Before the sky darkens, Lu Ping has appeared in the dense forest 5 miles outside Jincheng County with 5,000 elite soldiers. On this journey, the army marched rapidly. They are all people holding coins, Mahler's mouth. Along the way, all the torches were extinguished, so at this moment, the Chang people in Jincheng County are still unaware. Under the cover of night, Lu Ping looked at the sparse torches at the distant city head, waiting for news from the second scout team. Lu Ping just took the water bag handed by the deceased, just took a sip. I saw birds flying in the jungle ahead immediately, then came 3 gentle bird songs. The soldiers behind Lu Ping immediately responded with the same bird song. After a moment, a pitch-black figure rushed over. The dead soldier stepped forward in an instant, protected around Lu Ping. Someone knelt 3 meters away and clasped their fists, saying, "Report to Lord." The Chang people in the city are drunk and dreaming, and less than 30% of them can fight. I also learned that there will be a leader of the Chang people in the city tonight. Send a team of people and horses to quietly transport the stolen finances. Oh. Lu Ping's eyebrows furrowed slightly, and he thought to himself that he didn't want to sleep. Did the Chang people just pass the pillow over? Have you ever found the marching route of this team of people? Since we can achieve intelligence, why go for a strong attack? Lord Hui, their marching route out of the city has not been determined yet. However, according to time calculations, there is still 1 pillar of incense left, so they should leave the city. Listening to the scout's report, bring me the map. Lu Ping immediately had someone bring the map over. After carefully exploring under the moonlight, Lu Ping immediately had a dispute in his heart. If the Chang people want to return to their stronghold, they will inevitably pass through Huluku. If they set up an ambush here. Lu Ping touched his chin, while pondering how many people to send to ambush. Dian Wei on the side immediately bowed and said, "Lord! Why bother so much? Give me 2,000 elite soldiers. I can capture the Chang leader of Jincheng County in 3 hours. Dedicated to Lord. Be calm and not impatient when you are evil." Lu Ping knew that Dian Wei was brave and invincible. These elite soldiers that can be exchanged are not all evil, although a strong frontal attack can still capture Jincheng County, but that way, the loss will be too severe. Lu Ping doesn't want the 5,000 elite soldiers he finally exchanged for. After World War I, more than half of the losses occurred. Wisdom is the best strategy. Lu Ping immediately whispered to Dian Wei. Evil, lead 500 people to set up an ambush at Huluku. Be sure to completely annihilate the Chang people's treasure delivery team, and then act like this. Obey the Lord's military orders. Dian Wei agreed, take orders and leave. Meanwhile, the scout continues to report. Lord. The Chang people's treasure delivery team has left the city. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 6. Kill all, leave no one behind. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Jincheng County, West Gate. A vanguard team of 800 Chang people, escorting more than 10 carts of treasure, under the cover of night, heading towards the hometown of the Qianhu, Shihai County. The reason for choosing to depart at night, because this is the leader's personal property. It's not good to be too ostentatious during the day, to avoid dissatisfaction among the soldiers under his command. After all, they are all working tirelessly for you. You're good. I searched for so many treasures myself, not to mention giving a little to the brothers. Anyone who reads it will be filled with resentment. A deep rep mark was left on the ground. Despite the constant urging of the Chang pioneers to burn swords, the speed of the convoy still cannot be improved. Burn the spear and turn the horse's head, run towards the back of the convoy. Hurry up, if we miss the leader's important task, everyone will die. Burning the spear and pulling out the Chang sword, squeeze hard on the back of a Chang person, with a fierce expression on his face, he said. If you don't want to die, hurry up and make sure to arrive at Shihai City before dawn. Yes. After being intimidated by the god of killing, Burning Gu, Chang's soldiers have all joined the team helping mules, horses, and carts. The speed has finally increased. Burning Gu carrying a knife, looking back at Jincheng County, the leader and those little heads are still happy in the gentle countryside. It's all like this up there. The soldiers below will only go even crazier. If someone suddenly comes to attack the city, I'm afraid the whole army will probably be destroyed. Leader, with so many treasures, our tribe has been able to eat and drink for several years. A guard handed over the mare's milk. Xiaoge raised his neck and gulped down a few big gulps, wiped his mouth. These treasures belong to the leader himself. No one should have any ulterior motives. Yes. Xiaoge casually threw mare's milk to his subordinates. Loma walked towards the front of the team and loudly said. Hurry up, if you miss the time, we will be dealt with by military law. My lord, the Chang people's treasure delivery team has half a pillar of incense left at the mouth of the gourd. The scout came to report. Lu Ping nodded. Wave your hand and let the scout continue to gather information. Lord, just in case, should we go to meet General Dian Wei? A martyr clasped his fists and said. Evil can reach 1,000 soldiers, just 800 people are not a concern. Lu Ping is well aware of the terror of Dian Wei, that is an existence that can compete with Lu Bu. The reason why Dian Wei was sent to set up an ambush. Firstly, Lu Ping did not want his subordinates to suffer too much casualties with one enemy and 2 elite soldiers. Secondly, it is also to establish Dian Wei's prestige in the military, so that he can better lead this elite army in the future. Send orders, everyone. Once a signal comes from the city, the whole army will charge. Lu Ping instructed the deceased to go and deliver orders. The villain takes orders. The dead man agreed. Start shuttling through the jungle to pass on Lu Ping's military orders. At this moment, Chang people's treasure delivery team just entered the gourd mouth. Xiao Gu glanced at the surrounding terrain. This gourd mouth is like the bloodthirsty mouth of a wild beast, slowly swallowing the convoy. Order. Full speed forward. Those who violate the order will be beheaded. Burn Ji's heart skipped for no reason, immediately waving the Chang sword, urging his subordinates to move forward. Just the next second, the shout of killing suddenly rang out, deafening. The whole valley trembled along with it. If there is an enemy attack, everyone, join me in fighting. Xiaoge waved his arm and let out a loud shout, immediately formed a defensive line at the mouth of the gourd. Snickering, the sound of breaking through the void is constant. Countless arrows rained down ahead. What Rango didn't expect was that, in the blink of an eye, the enemy has already rushed to the front. Kill. He let out a roar and stabbed his spear at the mighty man who was at the forefront. Whoever blocks me will die. The strong man let out a roar, holding the spear pierced by the burning spear with one hand. The face of Xiaoge changed greatly. Not waiting to fight back, a long halberd has already lifted him up into the sky. I am Dian Wei, who dares to fight me? Dian Wei's long halberd single-handedly burns a spear, full of evil energy. Roar at the Chang people. It immediately intimidated everyone. You. The burning spear was pierced by a long halberd, causing a deep chill in the heart. When you first utter a word, the head has already flown out, blood splattered high into the air. Dian Wei shook his long halberd in his hand, the headless body of Xiaoge was thrown into the ranks of the Chang people, the revealing bone that landed rolled down to the horse's feet, his eyeballs suddenly popped out. The leader is dead. The burning spear has been chopped. The Chang soldiers saw this, instantly unable to form an army, losing the morale and fighting spirit, they scattered and fled. Kill all the enemy bandits, leave no one behind. General, the main bus agent is going to take a living. Dian Wei was planning to command his elite troops, rush into the mouth of the gourd, initiating unilateral massacres. Upon hearing this, I quickly patted my head, oh my. I almost missed my lord's big deal. Only one survivor left, the rest will be killed. Obey me. Half an hour later, blood flows into a river at the mouth of the gourd, and corpses are scattered everywhere. The Chang people's treasure delivery team was completely destroyed, only one person has been arrested. General, except for one living mouth, all other enemy bandits have been killed. Our side has injured 16 people and killed 5 people. We have seized 19 treasure carts. The supplies and weapons count for nothing. After reporting to subordinates, Dian Wei was not concerned about these and immediately ordered. Send me orders. The whole army will change into Chang people's clothes and armor, and immediately go to Jincheng County. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 7. The Kung Fu of Drinking Soup, Why Lost the City. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At the head of Jincheng County, Chang soldiers guarding the city, in groups of 3 or 5, gathering around the fire. Everyone eagerly looked at the bones cooked in the pot. Drink some soup later to warm up your body. Damn it, those aristocrats are delicious and delicious in the city, and there are women to sleep with, so our brothers have to suffer from hunger and cold in the city. Keep your damn voice down. If anyone hears you, you'll be waiting tomorrow to become a fallen victim. Ah. Don't talk about those useless things anymore. They are all hard-working people. Come on. Everyone has a sip of soup, it's warm and cozy. Upon hearing about drinking bone soup, the soldiers around rushed over. I started grabbing directly. God damn it, I'm scalded to death. That damn thing, I bumped into him and spilled all the soup. A Chang soldier was squeezed out, carrying a small bowl of clear soup, hurrying over and taking a sip. Just as he was about to take a second sip, suddenly, a team of people and horses appeared not far below the city. Hurry up. There are enemies under the city. The Chang people's complexion changed, hurriedly shouted. The others immediately picked up weapons, raised torches, and climbed up the city. Ha! It seems to be our people. I was scared to death. I thought it was Ma Tang and Han Sui who killed me. By borrowing a torch, the Chang people distinguished between the armor worn by the soldiers under the city and the animal skins worn on them. Under the night, the Chang people's recently departed treasure delivery team, surprisingly, it turned back again, appearing at the foot of Jincheng County. Isn't this the vanguard of the leader who just left the city? Why did he come back? Yeah. Is it difficult to hide all the treasures outside the city? The Chang soldiers at the top of the city were full of doubts, not knowing why. We are the leader of the vanguard, open the city gate quickly. The Chang soldiers under the city shouted loudly, the voice trembled slightly, mostly frozen. Hello. Didn't you just leave the city? Why did you come back? The Chang soldiers at the head of the city asked. The Chang people below the city raised their heads and loudly said, Do you dare to ask about the leader's important matter? Don't want to live anymore. Hurry up and open the door. If you miss something, you'll be waiting to become a trapped army tomorrow. The soldiers at the head of the city heard this. Everyone started cursing to themselves, but I dare not have any dissatisfaction. These people are not something they can offend, although I have doubts in my heart. But the other party also gave a secret code, quickly open the city gate and let the person in. Kaka, the city gate slowly opens. Dian Wei wiped the neck of the Chang people who had just called out with a single blow. With a raised hand, the elite soldiers behind rushed over quickly. Almost no riots were caused. Kill the several Chang people guarding the city at the entrance. In just a few breaths, the Chang people who were still sleeping inside the west gate wall of Jincheng County were beheaded, and Dian Wei personally led 300 people straight to the city. Seeing that the Chang people who were not in danger gathered around the fire again and began to drink soup and boast and roast, next second, a fierce and evil elite army suddenly appeared in front of them as if it had descended from the sky. Ha! It's time to change jobs so soon. Ha! Why are you? The Chang people who were first discovered were about to step forward. I was cut off by a Western Yang sword and sent to another place. Ah! What kind of people are you? The rest of the people saw the situation. Before I could pick up my weapon, the head has already landed. There is an enemy attack. The last Chang people in the city just shouted, the body is pierced by a long halberd. People also fell down the city wall. Send a signal to the Lord immediately. Leave 100 people stationed at the city gate, and the rest will follow me to kill and enter the city. Dian Wei gave an order, then they headed straight to the city with their people. Following closely, the western end of Jincheng County is formed by torches in an S shape. Lord, the signal from the city is coming. After the scout reported, Lu Ping immediately flipped over and mounted his horse, raising his hand towards the elite soldiers behind him. Everyone immediately rushed towards the west gate. In a moment of effort, Lu Ping has already crossed the west gate of Jincheng County. Where does evil come from? Lu Ping didn't see Dian Wei. I immediately asked. Lord, General Dian Wei and the rest of his troops have already been killed and entered the city. It's truly evil. Lu Ping knew that with Dian Wei's temperament, I will definitely not wait for him to merge with the army. We will attack and kill together. Immediately, he issued a command. All soldiers, listen. The whole army will follow the evil and conquer Jincheng County. Pass on the Lord's military order. The entire army will conquer Jincheng County. Kill me. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 8. Strange soldiers descending from the sky, seeking flower collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Within Jincheng County Prefecture. The leader of the Chang people, Maisai, is embracing both sides, drinking with a flushed face and ears. Some important leaders around are also surrounded by beautiful women. Currently, fine wine. There are many people who are intoxicated. Several Han Chinese women were dancing gracefully in the hall, and just now, because the bodies of several dancers who couldn't hold on and stopped, just outside the hall, blood flows down the steps, drop to the ground with a ticking sound. Come. May our great leader unify all the tribes of Xiliang and become an ancient king. Just naked, the leader with dark muscles and numerous scars exposed, he stood up unsteadily, holding the wine jar in his hand. He faced the leader Maisai and praised it. Come on. To our great leader. Maisai is invincible. The leaders all raised their wine in their hands. The leader, Maisai, pushed away the beauty in her arms with a drunken and confused expression. Grasping the leg of a lamb in front of him, he took a big bite and laughed heartily. The witches of the Chang people will always bless us. Drink. Everyone started pouring fine wine again with a thumping thud. Several leaders in the hall. I'm already teasing those dancing women. Come on. Play with me. Hee hee. The woman snatched from the Central Plains is by none. In the future, we should grab more Han Chinese women and come back. Those leaders openly insult and harass the dancers, even stripped off her remaining wrapped clothes, laughing recklessly and mocking superiors and subordinates, like the behavior of a wild beast. It's just being staged so absurdly. Upon seeing this, the leader of the Chang people, Mei Si, not too tight or upset, instead proudly holding onto his belly with one hand, after taking a few sips of wine, he laughed arrogantly and said, "The bravest sons of the Chang people, these women will be rewarded to you." "Thank you very much, leader." The leaders shouted loudly, "Just pick up the woman in the hall, I plan to find a place to have a good time." The dancers were screaming and wailing, but their screams were of no use in stimulating the animalistic nature of these barbarians. "Sir, please let me go." A dancer pleaded bitterly, still unable to escape. She resisted slightly, in exchange for a severe beating. "Bitch people, you bitches were born to serve us Chang people as lowly beings." A leader fiercely pinched the dancer's neck, with a murderous smile on his face, he said, "If you dare not comply, there is only one dead end. However, I won't let you die so easily. I'll tear you apart when my sons have played with you enough." "Ha!" The leader of the Chang people casually threw the dancer outside. "Speak loudly to the Chang people under his command. This woman has rewarded you. Go and ravage her to your heart's content, let her quietly." "What is Chang people?" "Ha! Thank you very much for the leader's reward." The Chang people outside the door rushed forward, amidst the mournful cries of women, dragged her away. "Come on. Keep changing to a new batch of dancers, keep singing and dancing." In the lobby of the county government, with the appearance of a new round of dancers, songs and music are playing again. Maisai and her subordinates are once again living a life of drunkenness and dreams. Just next second, a Chang soldier covered in blood, rushed in from outside, screaming in panic. "Leader! No, not good. The enemy has entered the city." The song and dance are still ongoing. Above the high hall, upon hearing the sound of Maisai lying in the arms of a beautiful woman, I just lifted my eyelids and glanced at the soldier kneeling below, asking nonchalantly, "What's bothering you?" The soldier couldn't help but tremble all over and quickly clenched his fists and shouted, "Report to the leader, an enemy has entered the city and is heading straight for the county government." Maisai suddenly sat up. Immediately after drinking away the singing and dancing, the leaders also stopped. Everyone's gaze was fixed on the soldier below. After watching for a while, Maisai suddenly burst out laughing. The leaders in the hall also laughed wildly. The soldier's face was pale and trembling with fear. "I'm afraid these murderous gods will suddenly order him to be dragged out and beheaded in public." "What did you just say?" "There is an enemy army that has entered the city and is heading towards the county mansion." "Ha! What a big joke. This Jincheng county is as solid as gold, and Dongjua has left. Who dares to break into my city?" Maisai doesn't believe it at all. He waved his hand angrily and said, "Dare to lie about the military situation, come on. Drag it out and execute it. Please spare your life, leader. What the villain said is absolutely true." "Humph. Let's go, Maisai is here. Who dares to break into Jincheng County?" Maisai's words have not yet been delivered. A thunderous sound sounded. "I'm Dian Wei. Dear experts, a new book seeks a wave of data. I don't know if anyone else is watching. If no one is watching, we can only enter the palace. If anyone were to watch, please ask the big shot to cast a flower and a review vote." A bubble appeared in the comments section. "You, Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 9. Complete first kill. Mysterious gift package. Seeking. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jianwei is like a divine weapon descending from the sky, surprised the Chang people, including Maisai. "Knife. Where's my knife?" Maisai roared and searched everywhere. Other leaders of Chang people present were also in extremely panic and anxious, searching everywhere for their weapons. Meanwhile, Jianwei has already galloped into the inner hall of the county mansion. He rushed all the way over. Like chopping melons and vegetables, one person has already chopped off the heads of 2 Chang leaders, splashing of blood, head landing. The remaining 3 Chang leaders and Maisai. Finally, I woke up from this bloody and immense fear and oppression. he holds a weapon in his hand, surround Dian Wei. The elite soldiers brought by Dian Wei outside, we have already joined forces with the Chang people in battle. Who's here? Dare to break into my Jincheng county. Maisai holds a long gun, bow your body and stare at Dian Wei. Your grandfather Dian Wei is not afraid of death, just come and fight. Dian Wei laughed arrogantly, turn over and dismount, glancing at the few people present, with a forceful collision of the two halberds in hand, who dares to fight me? I'll chop off your dog head. The leader of the Chang people, Taguki, let out a loud roar, then he rushed up. Dian Wei grinned, well done. Immediately fearless, double halberds waving and killing over. Dang! The weapons of both sides collided, emit deafening metallic tremors. Taguki was directly knocked out. After landing, he vomited blood continuously, but how could Dian Wei give him a chance to survive? Step forward with one arrow, the long halberd in his hand directly penetrated and lifted him up, throw it out of the mansion. The leaders of the Chang people present were obviously intimidated by the fierce Dian Wei. Except for Ma Chao from Xiaoyang, they have never seen such a brave Han person before. Haha. It's not satisfying. Come again. Dian Wei has already killed Red Eyes, he doesn't care about that, immediately roared. You guys go up together. Save Grandpa trouble. Crazy thief, suffer death. Maisai is known as the strongest warrior among the Chang people, kill all the way from Shihai to Xiaoyang, more than 70 battles of various sizes, never lost, he believes today is no exception. Maisai, who took off her shirt, was like a fierce tiger descending from the mountain, showing his fangs towards Dian Wei. Next second. The two sides fought at one point, just the moment of confrontation, Maisai's heart is filled with fear, the tiger's jaws of the hands holding the weapon shattered, my arms and fingers are very numb, I'm about to lose my grip on the long gun. Dang! Dang! After 5 rounds, Maisai has been declining step by step, it's really hard to resist, he turned his head and shouted to his subordinates. Let's go together and kill this thief. The remaining 2 leaders also bravely rushed forward. Dian Wei became even more excited, roar loudly. I'm going to kill a lot. Next, only then did Dian Wei unleash his true strength, with a single halberd, directly chop off the Chang sword in the hands of the Chang leader, and even more so, he split his entire body apart from the middle, blood spurted out in an instant, with a clatter of internal organs, scattered all over the ground. This bloody and terrifying scene, let Maisai and the remaining leaders both feel cold in their liver and gallbladder, the 2 of them had already developed a sense of fear in their hearts, no more will to fight. You can hold him off for a moment, I'll come right after I go. Maisai sees that the situation is not right, take one step immediately, how could Dian Wei give him a chance, catch up and hit head on, the 2 halberds in their hands kept flipping, in the blink of an eye, Maisai's head fell to the ground. As for the Chang leader who took the opportunity to escape from the mansion just now, Dian Wei picked up the long spear on the ground and threw it out. Shoo! The spear pierced through the air. Directly penetrated the body of the Chang leader, tied to the ground, the gun barrel was still trembling uncontrollably, the blood slowly flowed down from above. The leader of the Chang people did not fall on the spot, but stumbled forward a few steps, I happened to bump into Lu Ping who was coming. Puff! The leader of the Chang people immediately fell to the ground, I can't die anymore. Evil! Lu Ping called out, Dian Wei strode out of the mansion with his twin halberds in hand, Master. Dian Wei knelt down and shouted. Please punish me, Lord. Haha. What is the evil doing here? What crime is there? Get up quickly. It's truly my fault. One person can be 1,000 soldiers and horses. Lu Ping smiled and helped Dian Wei up, patted his shoulder. Thank you very much, Lord. Although Dian Wei is reckless, he is not foolish either, he did not comply with Lu Ping's military orders, without waiting for the convergence of the army, leading troops into the city without authorization, naturally, one needs to apologize. Lord, please sit down for a moment. After someone leads the army to eliminate the rebels in the city, report to Lord again. Okay. Beware of the evil. Lu Ping immediately promised. Jian Wei immediately led his troops to clean up the remaining Chang people in Jincheng County. Just now there was a melee, the Chang people died and fled. In order to avoid any hidden dangers, it must be completely eradicated. Lu Ping sat on the steps in front of the mansion hall, watching soldiers clean up the battlefield. I couldn't help but sigh. Is that it? This is my first stronghold for dominating the world. Lord! What should these women do? Soldiers brought Han Dynasty women who were slaughtered and looted by the Chang people. These women knelt on the ground trembling, continuously shouting for mercy. Sir, let us have a way out. We were all plundered by the Chang people. Woo-woo. Please forgive us, have mercy on us. Don't kill us, please, sir. The audience is already crying uncontrollably. Lu Ping looked at these poor people. With a sigh, he exclaimed loudly. If you want to leave now, you can leave. If you want to stay, I will have someone arrange accommodation for you. Lu Ping's words fell, no one dared to move, still kneeling on the ground crying, Sir, can we really leave? A woman boldly and cautiously inquired. These people are all tortured and scared by the Chang people. I thought Lu Ping was intentionally saying this. As long as they stand up, will be immediately dragged out and killed. Or let the soldiers ravage and play with it, sigh. Lu Ping sighed and nodded, saying. I'll say it again, you leave as you please. I promise, no one will dare to make things difficult for you. That's all for you, let's make your own choice. Seeing Lu Ping say so, a few women bravely stood up, turn around and run. They ran out several tens of meters. Only then did I realize that no soldiers were chasing them and chopping them down. I finally believed that what Lu Ping said is true, kneeling down one after another, bowing and thanking Lu Ping for not killing him. Ding! Congratulations to the host for capturing Jincheng County. Complete the first kill of the main system mission. Ding! The mysterious system gift package is starting to be distributed. Dear readers, does anyone see it? If available, support the data, squeak in the comments section. Otherwise, we'll have to enter the Palace Qingming outing in happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 10. Increase in points, will Han come to seize the city? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ding! The mysterious system gift package has been sent. Host's intelligence takes Jincheng County and triggers the system's military attack strategy function. What do you mean? Speak clearly. Lu Ping was unable to get to the point in the system for a while after the host triggers the attack strategy function. The first kill reward automatically earns 1 point per second, which becomes 2 points automatically per second. The system will continuously increase the basic points based on the scale of each battle, casualties, and damage situation of the host. Lu Ping was stunned for a moment. I couldn't help but feel great joy in my heart, because he saw the system's integral growth rate. It has changed from +1 per second to +2 per second. This is equivalent to doubling the daily accumulated points directly. Now he no longer has to worry about having more soldiers and not enough food to eat. By this calculation, I can earn 172,800 points in a day. I can exchange 345,600 kilograms of refined grains. 172,800 kilograms of pork. Haha. Lu Ping suddenly burst into laughter. This made those women kneeling on the ground who had just breathed a sigh of relief, instantly trembling again. I thought Lu Ping was like those Chang people. It's intentional enough of a joke. I will tell them to kill them. Some women have already started to whimper softly. Why are you crying? Lu Pingxin said that I have promised to let you go. Why are you crying again? Sir, are you going to kill us again? Yi Wuji dared not lift her head and trembled as she spoke. In this chaotic world where human life is as cheap as grass, the fate of women is even more tragic. Lu Ping immediately understood her meaning and smiled bitterly. Cough. You may have misunderstood. As I said before, you can leave or stay at will. Seeing these women kneeling on the ground still afraid to move, Lu Ping immediately waved and called for the dead soldiers around him. If they are willing to stay in Jincheng County, arrange accommodation for them, distribute money and food, and if they want to leave and return to their hometown, distribute some expenses and dry food. From now on, I will issue a military order that no soldiers are allowed to rape, kill, plunder, or harass the people in Jincheng County. Those who violate the order will be executed without mercy. Lu Ping's voice sounded like thunder from the sky, exploding in everyone's ears. The soldiers immediately knelt down and shouted, "Obey the Lord's military orders." The women kneeling on the ground finally believed Lu Ping's words. After a great deal of gratitude, he was taken down by the soldiers. Ding! The host comforts the people's livelihood, and the branch mission is launched to turn Jincheng County into a solid base. After completing the mission, you will receive rich rewards. The prompt sound of the system appears in a timely manner. For Lu Ping, this branch line task is crucial. It's not difficult, it is precisely what he wants to do next. At this point, Dian Wei has cleaned up all the remnants of the Chang people in the city, seized a lot of supplies, weapons, horses, and money. Lord, all the remaining bandits in the city have been killed. 21 carts of treasures, 60,000 kilograms of grain, 1,000 war horses, 600 cows and sheep have been seized, and all have been transported to the county government. The last general is here to report. Dian Wei dismounted and knelt on the ground. Wow! I'm sorry to invite you. Lu Ping took Dian Wei's arm. Immediately, he loudly ordered. The war horses were distributed to the soldiers, and each person was given a share of money, grain, and silver. The entire army was rewarded by slaughtering cattle and sheep. Yes. The soldiers were ordered to leave. Lu Ping pulled him into the mansion and smiled, saying, "Old mother, I have arranged everything properly. Don't worry about the evil deeds." "Thank you very much, Lord." After Dian Wei finished speaking, he wanted to kneel down again, but it was pulled up by Lu Ping. Being able to capture Jincheng County this time can be said to have contributed immensely to the evil deeds. "General, what reward do you want? Just speak up." Before Lu Ping finished speaking, Dian Wei knelt on one knee. The last general dare not take credit, but rely solely on the Lord's divine strategies and ingenuity, and the soldiers' lives. "I just want a full meal." Haha. Evil people, just open your stomach and eat tonight. Lu Ping immediately had people prepare meals. Immediately, the entire army was ordered to bury their pots and cook rice, and the army spent a day repairing. Meanwhile, within the city of Wuwei County, 300 kilometers away from Jincheng County, a pony rushed into the city gate, heading straight towards the county government. "Get out of here, everyone get out of here, urgent report. Jincheng urgent report." Arriving at the gate of Wuwei County Mansion, the scout flipped over and dismounted. "I dare not rest for a moment," rushing towards the mansion. At this moment, Han Suigang led his troops to defeat the Chang people in Wuwei County. "By the way, I cleaned up a few disobedient small tribes, recovered a portion of the lost land," while proudly celebrating with my subordinates. Tanma rushed in with a frightened expression. "Report to the governor. Jincheng County urgent report." Tanma knelt on the ground, holding a bamboo tube in both hands. "Someone, take him down to rest and take good care of him." After all, Han Sui was a vassal state that had been under separatist rule for a long time. When faced with difficulties, one naturally has composure. Moreover, the world is about to become chaotic. Such a battle report, Han Sui didn't know how much he had to receive in a day. Over time, I naturally got used to it. "General, please take a look." I opened the bamboo tube, took out the letter, bowed and handed it over. Han Sui put down his wine glass. After only glancing at the letter, his face changed greatly and he exclaimed in surprise. Did I lose Jincheng County? What? All the subordinates changed their colors together. They were just celebrating and said they wanted to take back the defeated Chang people Maisai and take back Jincheng County. It's only been a day now, why did Jincheng get lost again? What exactly happened to the general? My subordinate quickly took the letter and exclaimed in surprise after reading it, 5,000 elite soldiers attacked Jincheng County. Maisai was killed, and the Chang people died and were injured countless times, almost completely destroyed. How could this be? In Yongliang and Liangzhou, besides the general, who else has the strength to capture Jincheng? Isn't it that Ma Teng took advantage of the general's conquest of the tribe and seized Jincheng County? I don't think so. Ma Teng and general are sworn brothers. If he behaves in such a rebellious manner, what kind of authority will he have in the future? There are various opinions among the subordinate generals. I was greatly shocked by the loss of Jincheng County. Immediately send scouts to investigate again, and make sure to find out who exactly captured Jincheng County. Han Sui pondered for a moment, he immediately calmed down, immediately ordered. Today, we will all go back and make some adjustments. Tomorrow morning, we will send troops to Jincheng County. No data, just cry to death. Crying to death. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.